As content creators, editors, filmmakers, your desk isn't just a piece of furniture. It's literally your home base. You spend hours, sometimes days, locked in editing videos, adjusting color, mixing sound, doing VFX. And if you're anything like me, you've probably learned the hard way. The desk that you work on can either elevate your creativity or break it all down. I've gotten to a point with my content creation workflow where I needed an upgrade. And when we think of upgrades, right, with creating videos, we'll upgrade our cameras, we'll upgrade our computers, everything left and right. But the one thing that we kind of neglect is our desks, because for the most part, they do what we need them to do until they don't. Because I mean, for the most part, it's just a flat piece of surface. It's not really important. I just need to mount my monitors so I can edit, put my computer on there, and be good to go. And it's technically not wrong, but if you haven't reached that point yet, there's going to come a time where you realize your desk is just not cutting it anymore. And that's why today I'm reviewing this guy right here, the FlexiSpot E7 Plus. And I'm going to go into not only why I wish this was a desk I had years ago, but also why I think this is one of the best desks under $1,000 for content creators in 2025, especially if you're building or have already built your own home studio or office. And if you're new to the channel, my name's Royce, where I talk about everything film and tech related. Now let's jump into it. FlexiSpot is the sponsor of this video. They sent over the E7 Plus for me to review, but rest assured, my thoughts and opinions are my own. Let's unbox and assemble the E7 Plus. First off, the packaging is nice. They have it separated to different pieces, so it's not all clumped together. Everything's secure. All the components arrived in perfect condition. The assembly process is straightforward. Took about an hour and a half to get it done. Could have been faster, but I made a mistake on my end, so I kind of had to redo some stuff. The instructions are easy to follow, but I would say the hardest part was actually lining up the frame with the desktop that I had picked, because the frame can be adjusted to either be wider or shorter depending on the length of the desktop that you got. I also was a little confused because there were some holes that directed where to screw in the frame, but then other areas there weren't any designated spots. So I kept looking to see if I had missed something, but then I kind of just figured it was fair game, so I just screwed in where it told me in the directions and everything was fine. And once I got the E7 Plus upright, I was so happy with how it looked. It looks so cool. It boasts a high quality carbon steel frame which provides remarkable durability and stability even at full extension. And as I mentioned earlier, there are various desktop sizes and finishes that you can choose from so you can fit perfectly into your workspace. And once I got it lined up to where I wanted the desk to be, I was ready to start putting stuff on it. The model I selected was the 55 by 28 inch dark bamboo, and I absolutely love the way this looks. I always go for like the darker toned options. I feel like it kind of goes with my vibe. And all around the desk, it's got this like nice smooth curve to it, no sharp edges. It came in really good condition. I didn't see any scratches or notable marks, which can happen when you're dealing with desks and shipping them, things like that. And the controls over here to adjust the E7 Plus, pretty standard, right? You can move them up and down. You have your presets that you can set. You can lock your height, which is important, especially if you have kids. They like to press buttons. I also like how they have the icons with one person standing and sitting, so it's kind of easy to see which preset is for which one. And what I also like, and what's new to me, are the 4 legs that are holding up the E7 Plus. Most of us are used to just the one leg on each side. You kind of have your base that like stretches from one side to the other of the desk, but this actually has 4, which helps with that stability and keeping this kind of, you know, a little shake free. And after seeing that, it kind of got me thinking, like, why don't all the desks just have that? Overall, I'm actually really happy with the build and look of the E7 Plus. Now this desk can handle a lot of weight, up to 540 pounds. Now I don't have anything that heavy to put on this desk. I sat on it. I'm not 540 pounds, I'm just gonna put that out there. But you can usually tell based off of how, if you either sit on your desk or lean on it, or even if you put like a monitor or something on it, how stable that desk is gonna be. And yeah, this thing was rock solid. And actually, speaking of that, I really wanna talk about that point, because that's something that's really important with this that I noticed right away, especially with how I create content. And it's not something you really care about until you have to care about it. So for example, I do this. Nothing's happening, right? You're probably looking at me like I'm weird. But if you do this with a desk that doesn't have the stability of the E7 Plus, just this slight motion, like everything's gonna start shaking. My old desk here, which I replaced with this, everything would just start moving automatically. Another example, when I started making videos for YouTube, I mounted my camera onto my desk. And literally, I kid you not, just slight touches like this, my camera would just start shaking, and it made it impossible, to the point where I had to find a way to mount it off of my desk, which is how I have it now. And luckily, I actually liked the setup and it provided for different types of angles, so I just kept it that way. But just for this example, I'm gonna mount the camera back onto my E7 Plus, give it a little shake so you can see that, and then mount it onto my old desk so you guys can compare. I'm filming me filming myself,
So I just have my camera here just mounted on my old desk, and I'm just gonna do a little shake so you guys can see what this looks like. And yes, I know I'm using this arm. Granted, it's not the most stable arm, but that's actually on purpose too, to show you the level of stability that you can get.
And I'm just gonna do this. It's a little light shake. You can probably see the effects, right? So if you're recording, of course, like no one's gonna record like this, but a problem that I would get is I would talk, I'll kind of hit the table, do some stuff like this, and it's like, these are all shaky movements that you would see. All right, so now I'm on the E7 Plus, do that same shake. See if we get the same results on the camera. And just looking at it too, it's barely moving. I literally have to like, I mean, the level of force, I'm like literally just pushing into this thing. Get in and shake. Get it. I think you guys get it. Now let's talk about price. The FlexiSpot E7 Plus comes in at around $600. And that may seem a little high to some, especially for those who may be just starting their content creation journey. But for the features and everything that it provides, this is where you start seeing this stuff in the $800 to $1,000 range. And just to ease your mind a little bit, FlexiSpot does come with a 15-year warranty and a 30-day free return policy. And if you're interested in the E7 Plus, if you use my promo code down in the description, you can get $50 off. So overall, I think the FlexiSpot E7 Plus provides great value for the price, even if you do think that's a little bit high. This is my first experience having a desk that's this sturdy and looks this good. And I know you guys who know what I'm talking about can appreciate that. The controls are smooth, they're responsive. It seems really hefty when you're moving this thing up and down. It's not really that quiet, honestly. It's about as loud as any other standing desk, in my opinion. But you have all the features, like saving defaults that you can expect, USB-A port on the side, and even building something like this, putting it together can seem daunting, but I was able to do it. I'm not the, sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to building stuff. I was able to figure it out. All right, come on, I know you're watching this. It's a desk. It's gonna do desk things. But the one thing I will leave you guys with that I really do genuinely feel that sets this desk apart is the stability. It literally blew my mind. Like, I didn't think just something as simple as doing this and not have everything just come collapsing was a big deal, because all the desks that I've used is how they were, right? So that alone is a huge thing. Again, especially if you're going to be mounting a lot of things on your desk. If you're not going to do that, then that's not a big deal. This doesn't really relate to you. But if that is you and that's something you're doing right now in your setting, you have that problem, this is going to be a big deal. And that's why I say for content creators, the FlexiSpot E7 Plus should be on your mind when you're thinking about upgrading your desk in 2025. Its combination of durability, functionality, and affordability makes it a smart choice for anyone looking to enhance their workspace. And if you are looking to upgrade, again, make sure to use my promo code down in my description to get $50 off. And that's it for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If so, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. And yeah, until next time, I'll catch y'all later.